Hello everybody. This week our project is going to be Starry Night, based off of a painting created by Van Gogh. As you can see here, we have several layers and textures going on, and we're going to take it step by step, and this will be Starry Night Step 1. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and go to your Procreate app. Open that, please. We want to go to the gallery, and up here at the top, we're going to do the plus sign, and we're going to choose screen size, which is the very first option. We're going to take our fingers and pinch and twist. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw some of the scenery. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we're using the right brush. So we're going to go up to the brushes. We're going to go all the way down to calligraphy, and we're going to choose the monoline brush. We're going to choose our color, which is black. So if you don't have black here, you can just double tap in the black area and the pure black will come up. And we're going to adjust our brush to be about, I'm going to say 10%. Let me see what 20 looks like. Let's do 20%. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the heels. So we're going to go make sure we're off the canvas. This is the canvas. And we're going to draw a line going down and make sure you go all the way off. If this happens, just use your 2-finger tap to undo. And then we're going to start over here and we're going to come down. Now, I don't like how high that is, so I'm going to do a 2-finger tap to get rid of that line. Now, if you go over the line, you want to make sure to grab the eraser and erase. I'm going to go back to my brush, and now I'm going to draw in some curved lines. Making sure to start off the page or off the canvas and draw off the canvas there. So we're going to come here, and I don't like how that looks, and I don't know what that is there. Okay. And just match up with the line. You want to make sure that all the lines touch, because if they don't, then when we go to color drop, it will spread across the entire page here. So now we're going to go up to the layers. We're going to add a layer, and on this layer we're going to draw the sky background. Now in the sky we're going to do some kind of curves here, maybe a curve coming here, and you could just draw it whichever way you'd like to draw it, making sure that lines touch and some go off the page. Okay, now if anything is overlapping, you want to make sure to erase it. Now that you feel comfortable with this, I can see here that I need to go in and erase right there. So I'm going to go back to that layer, grab my eraser, and make sure I get up close there. All right, this looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to combine these two layers together, and you can do that by pinching your fingers, or you can go to the top layer, tap on it, and click merge down. We're going to go ahead and add a layer on top. And right now we're just going to turn this layer off right here so that we don't see it. We're going to grab our brush and we're going to draw a circle. So watch what I do with my hands. I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to keep my stylus down and you see it turn to an oval, but I want it to be a circle. So I'm going to tap, I'm going to lift up with my stylus and then lift up with my finger. And I see that I drew something there. That's okay. So now I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to draw it, hold, tap with my finger, lift and lift. Do that one more time. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, look what happened. I chose white by accident. So just go back and grab my black. Hold, tap with my finger, let go and let go. So this one in particular, okay, I see that there's white in there, so that's going to cause a problem. So I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to come in and I'm going to erase everything, because remember I had accidentally turned on the white. Okay, I've got it all. So I'm going to come back and I can drag this to be as big or as small as I want. Okay, now I'm going to go to the arrow and I'm going to make this one a bit large, because this is going to represent kind of like our moon or big star. Now I need to duplicate this like 5 times. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it, make sure I'm on that layer, hit the arrow key, and I'm going to touch outside of the square and move it over. Now this is too big for a star, so I'm going to grab the corner and make it small, and then I'm going to place it where I want it to go. Now I'm going to duplicate the small star instead of the big star. That way I don't have to repeat myself resizing it over and over again. Touch the arrow, move the star. Duplicate, touch the arrow, move the star. Duplicate, touch the arrow, move the star. I probably want to do one more. And put that down here. So now we're going to go back and we're going to turn this layer back on down here at the way at the bottom. Okay, look at that. You see that? You see the lines going through? So the first thing you want to do is just look around and make sure that's where you want your stars to be. And if you're okay with where those stars are at, we're going to go in and erase the lines outside of the stars and the moon. So we're going to go down to this layer here. We're going to choose the eraser. Now if your eraser is not monoline, make sure you tap it, and then you can go down to calligraphy and choose the monoline brush to be your eraser. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and enlarge my screen, and I'm going to erase the line that is inside. Now make sure you're on that layer down at the bottom, not the star layers, but the drawing, the background drawing. And then I can come in here and be real careful and erase. And I'm going to come and do that in each one. Be careful not to go outside of that circle. Okay. There you go. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to increase the size of my eraser because this is really big up here. So I'm just going to go in and just be careful not to go outside the circle. Okay, we're going to pinch and take a look. Okay, that looks great. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the grass. But first, we're going to join all of these layers together. So we're going to pinch, or you could have tapped it and merged them. So I'm going to add a layer on top, choose black, go back to my pencil, and on the hills, I'm just going to do a V shape with a line in it. And this just represents grass. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect. I don't like that. And we can do it here. And then we can do it on this side. Awesome. So this completes step 1. So now what you want to do is you're going to save this or share it as a Procreate file to your Google Drive. So you're going to go to the wrench, make sure you've chosen share. You're going to go to Procreate. You're going to find your Google Drive, and you're going to save it to your Google Drive as a Procreate file.